What's up, everybody? It's Rothnam here. I just want to give a quick update on. I'm sure you've noticed that I've been playing a horror game for a video or two or three, maybe, and then I move away from it to another horror game, and it has a lot to do with one very simple fact: they're not scary. They haven't been scary at all, or they're just not fun, and I'm not enjoying myself. And if I'm not enjoying myself, I'm not putting out good content. I mean, it's completely different from not enjoying myself in the sense that I'm getting bored. I just don't feel like the game is keeping my attention, or I'm not entertained by it, as opposed to a game like Pogo Stuck, which was the worst experience in playing a video game I've ever had. But at the same time, when I went back and rewatched it a few days after posting it, I at least I thought it was absolutely hilarious to see the phases of emotion that I went through, the excitement of getting into it, thinking that it's not going to be as bad as everybody says that it is, to realizing, oh, this is going to be horrible, to complete and total anger at the game, to it has crushed my soul and I am now dead inside. And so that's a more comical way of going through a game, and it just a lot of YouTubers play those rage games, and that's what makes them fun to watch and funny. Is you can see the phases that they go through as they play the game. But when the game is just not fun in the sense of it's boring, it's the same thing over and over and over again, the combat system is basic or whatever, it's not as much fun. I mean, it's basically like this. All right. Super excited about this game. I've been looking forward to it for a while. It's supposed to be a really scary game. It looks amazing. It looks absolutely amazing. Oh boy, there's the monster again. Oh, it's so scary. He came walking down the hall straight at me in a very predictable way. I mean, unpredictable way. It was entirely unpredictable. And that's the way that a lot of horror games have been lately. It's the horror games that are considered AAA games, the big games that are coming out that are being announced and all that stuff, they just haven't lived up to the hype. And at the same time, you go to these games that you'll see them in the next few days or so, because I haven't posted the videos yet. But you go to these indie games, you go to a website like itch.io or itch.io, or like Steam does have some indie games that they put out. Specifically, the next set of games I'm going to do, the Holy Trinity. It's Faith was a game that came out quite a while ago, and they put out Faith Chapter 2, and they announced Faith Chapter 3, but they announced it right before COVID hit. And then COVID hit, and obviously everything with COVID, everything was out the window. There was no there was no predicting anything with COVID. Um, but I played Faith and Faith Chapter 2, and they were terrifying. And it was weirdly terrifying too, because it's all like 8-bit. It's not, I don't think it's even 8-bit. It was like classic classic MS-DOS programming, where it's just like somebody took a crayon and drew a few lines on the screen and made a game out of it. It's like it has like 5 or 6 colors, and that's it. And it was scary. It was weird. It's like this. So this is an indie game. I'm really not expecting it to be that great. I mean, it's an indie game. It's not like you have a huge production in producing these games. Why is it so scary? It's got 3 colors. At least for a little while. I'm waiting for a specific horror game to come out. Once it comes out, hopefully, crossing our fingers here, hopefully it will live up to the hype. But we'll have to see. I probably will go back and play these other games through all the way. I gotta figure out if I'm gonna continue to record them or not. But like Fatal Frame, because you get points for taking pictures of ghosts, it wasn't as scary because I was looking for them. I was waiting for them to pop out. I was like watching a door, going like, oh, open. Ah, yes, take a picture. It wasn't. It didn't have that scare factor anymore, because I was trying to find those things. Because the more of those you found in a level, the more points you got to upgrade your camera or your equipment or whatever at the end of the mission. So it took a lot of that aspect took a lot of the fear out of the game. And then with what's it called, the Callisto Protocol, it was good at first, but the combat system was very monotonous. Lean left, lean right, swing, lean left, lean right, swing. And that was the combat system. It was very monotonous, very boring, and it just wasn't enjoyable. And again, it wasn't as scary as, say, Dead Space. So I think those are the two horror games that I've really played recently, and I played them basically once, put a video out once, and then played them and recorded more, and just didn't like the recordings because I was bored, and you could tell I was bored in the recordings, and I wasn't getting scared by things or anything like that. So it just wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. I have some other stuff coming up here that hopefully will increase the fun factor and all that, but we'll see going forward. And I hope that we're able to find some good stuff. I'll probably dig more into the indie scene for a little while until we get some more AAA horror games that are actually good. So until then, keep your head up and keep moving forward. This is Rothnum signing off. Bye-bye!